Welcome to KP Law News, Florida. We have an update from the sheriff, Jacksonville, Florida, JSO, the sheriff here, TK Waters. He did a press conference yesterday and he released body cam footage to the public, and he shows it in this press conference. And comply or else, in other words, is what he's trying to say. So we're going to play the press conference after, and he answers some tough questions there at the end. And so let's go for it. Let's do it.
Sheriff. So, good evening. Of course, I'm Sheriff TK Waters. This is Director Ed Cayenne from our Director of Homeland Security and Investigations. Our integrity unit also falls underneath him. That's why he's joining me up here this evening. Today, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is releasing information regarding the circumstances of William Anthony McNeil Jr.'s arrest on February 19th of 2025. Yesterday, while I was in church, JSO became aware that cell phone camera footage purportedly of this arrest was circulating on social media. At my direction, the agency immediately began both a criminal and administrative review of the officer's actions. These administrative reviews are ongoing, but the State Attorney's Office has determined that none of the involved officers violated criminal law. Even though the administrative review has yet to be completed, we are releasing the body-worn camera footage today because Officer Bowers has consented to its release and waived his officer's bill of rights pertaining to the discrete piece of evidence. Because the administrative review is pending, the officer's bill of rights prevents me from releasing any additional information beyond these videos, as it is confidential under Florida Statute 112.532. As JSO's leader, I have vowed to be open and transparent with the public that we serve. Whether the information shared reflects well in this agency or not, I have always done my very best to tell the public exactly what's going on within the agency. When there are allegations of officer misconduct, our agency thoroughly investigates those allegations. And when allegations of officer misconduct are sustained, we hold officers accountable, as I've done many times in the past. In this case, the cell phone camera footage that began viral circulation over the weekend does not comprehensively capture the circumstances surrounding this incident, and that is to be expected. Part of that stems from the distance and perspective of the recording cell phone camera. Another part of it stems from the fact that the cell phone camera did not capture the events that preceded Officer Bowers' decision to arrest McNeil. Moreover, cameras can only capture what can be seen and heard. So much context and depth are absent from recorded footage because the camera simply cannot capture what is known to the people depicted in it. As a 33-year law enforcement officer, I understand the importance of thorough and complete investigations. One piece of evidence considered in a vacuum without any context can lead to skewed conclusions. When incomplete cell phone camera footage becomes the basis on which public opinion turns, the results can be equally faulty. A rush to judgment, whether it be in a criminal investigation or in a court of public opinion, can lead to flawed conclusions. Tonight, I'm sharing the footage from the body-worn cameras of the arresting officer, Officer D. Bowers, and two of the assisting officers, Officer D. Miller and Officer G. Curse, so that the public has more complete understanding of this incident. Before I deliver the currently available information and play the relevant body-worn camera, I want to be clear about something. Yes, there absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, that force is ugly. But as I've said many times before, the reality is that all force, all violence is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it's unlawful or contrary to policy. But moreover, I want to provide the public with some background information pertinent to this incident. Since January 1st, 2025, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has been involved in 38,805 traffic stops. Even as I speak, that number is climbing. The overwhelming majority of these tens of thousands of traffic stops were made without incident. After this traffic stop on February 19, 2025, McNeil was arrested for resisting a police officer without violence, driving on a suspended driver's license, and possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana. On February 20th, 2025, McNeil pled guilty to and was adjudicated guilty of resisting a police officer without violence and driving on a suspended driver's license. Those pleas of guilty were accepted by a local judge who found them to have been factual basis and to have been voluntarily made by McNeil. After the resolution of this criminal case, McNeil took custody of his cell phone. the one he presumably used to record the footage that was shared on social media, on March 5th, 2025. At no time, February to now, did McNeil contact JSO to file a complaint, nor share with the agency the cell phone footage that is circulated on social media. As I said earlier, immediately upon becoming aware of this footage, JSO began a criminal and administrative investigations into the incident. Had McNeil filed a complaint, JSO would have started this investigation at that time. But we were not aware of this allegation or of improper use of force before this weekend. As this is agency's pattern of practice in any circumstances of use of force, the relevant body-worn camera footage was reviewed by multiple levels of supervision. However, as you'll see in short order, the body-worn camera footage does not capture Officer Bowers' response to resistance when McNeil was seated in the driver's seat. As I explained, although the State Attorney's Office has deemed it not criminal, the response to resistance is now subject of a pending administrative review to determine if Bowers' conduct violated JSO policy. The law requires that a person comply with the police officer's commands during a traffic stop. This is extremely important. There are not options. If you disagree, take care of it someplace else, but not on the side of the road. No one enjoys being the subject of a traffic stop, and there are times in which citizens dispute circumstances of their stops. But the law is clear. A person must comply with an officer's commands, even if that person disagrees with that officer's reasons for the stop. Within 21 seconds of his civil stop, or civil traffic infractions, driving without illuminated headlights during the rain or failure to wear a seatbelt, McNeil refused to provide stopping officers with his driver's license and registration. 14 seconds later, he locked his car door and refused to exit the vehicle, despite being told many times that he was under arrest. Moreover, McNeil was warned 7 times that he needed to open the door and exit because he was under arrest for resisting an officer without violence, or police would be forced to break his car window. Soon after McNeil was outside his car, officers found a large, unsheathed serrated knife on the driver's side floorboard. Now I'll play relevant portions of the body-worn camera of the 3 officers, Officer Bowers, the stopping and arresting officer, Officer Miller, the second responding officer who spoke to McNeil from the passenger side of the vehicle, and Officer Kirsch, one of the assisting officers.
Yeah, Florida 24 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't know this.
250 westbound Commonwealth 24 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. 2 things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight.
3,
I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm proper the dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the
Why did you pull me
vehicle.
over?
25 seconds. For 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep.
Unit 2570 unit 1050 at West Palm and Commonwealth.
25 seconds. If anybody responding, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
I'm coming west on Commonwealth. I'll be there in a second.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay. Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. No, he's under arrest. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Vehicle's blocked in. Just locked it up. He's putting the window down on the passenger side to talk to 2574. Hey, I'm about to break the window. I'm about to break the window.
Alright, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
1033 at 1521 hours.
What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. No, don't fucking. Get on the ground.
Put your hands behind your back!
I'm resisting.
Hands behind your back!
What's wrong with you? What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was going wrong.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking 2%, bro. I'm doing, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
Yes. No reason, bro. You gonna throw my phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you, bro.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
You just gotta see what
So your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is. So why close the door if you see him pull up? Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, bro.
I don't know.
Can you back me up to the car so I can lean up? What up? You were both my bro.
25. So you start rescue. 1067. Approximately 30-year-old Bravo Mike. Laceration on the lip.
2570.
I can go around and get in this car. Okay. That ain't good.
I know. You should put some gloves on, bro.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What you need? Tissue?
You good?
Yeah, you or him? Oh, okay. We'll get rescue for you too long.
Clear for rescue to proceed.
Sir, can you please ask him what did I do wrong?
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need to comply.
I am complying.
Hey, unlock the car. I'm going to push it up.
Open the door and exit. are under arrest for resisting. You are under arrest for resisting.
I'm an actual officer that works from.
Can you unlock the door and step out?
Can you talk to me though?
I will. Can you step out?
Because you don't even know the whole situation. He
You're
just told
being
me-
done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply.
And I'm required to actually.
So,
Can I talk? Am I also?
yes.
What I did wrong, right?
Correct.
He gave no lawful reason.
Huh?
He gave no lawful reason why he pulled me.
Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess talked to you?
When he pulled me over, he
Yeah.
put the, open my door because my window don't work. Right?
Okay.
And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
Okay.
there's multiple people headlights.
Okay, that's still a legitimate reason to
And
pull somebody over.
There's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on. Huh? Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will. Huh? All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands.
Here.
33 at 16:21 hours.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. Get on the ground. Don't fucking get on the ground. Stop fighting! Behind your back! I'm resisting!
Hands behind your back!
What's wrong with you?
2574, lift 1033, one in custody.
Stop. Lean up.
No, man. Ain't no talking. Bro, I'm cool, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro,
You
yes.
have a lawful reason, bro. You gonna throw the ball like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's not how it works.
Too late. It ain't no too late.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that.
So your partner didn't even act. Your
Marijuana
partner
in your right
didn't.
pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, but I didn't do
Oh,
nothing
no
wrong.
resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Camera going in there.
Can you back me up to the car so I can clean up? Sit up.
I did.
Okay. That ain't good.
Yeah. I know. He should have put some gloves on, though.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here.
That joint?
Huh?
You see that joint?
What? The knife? Yeah, I see it.
A lot of flat sticks. From you? Yeah, you see that knife?
Yeah,
That's one of the biggest concerns.
yeah, you see what's right there on the seat?
Who's?
Narcan.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
That's one of the biggest concerns.
yeah, you see what's right there on the seat?
Who's?
Narcan.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming from West Compound.
One video clip, devoid of context, can be very misleading. Given that McNeil never brought this incident to JSO's attention, but rather pushed the cell phone camera footage that he had in his possession since March 5th out on social media, one can only assume, and I'm saying I assume, that he intended to inflame the public. The administrative process is still ongoing, and as such, I will neither defend nor commend Officer Bauer's response to resistance until all the facts are known and the investigation is completed. However, as the leader of this agency, I will not remain silent while important facts and information are buried to advance an anti-police agenda. The truth is, William McNeil Jr. was non-compliant with JSO officers within 21 seconds after he was stopped for multiple civil infractions. His non-compliance quickly rose to the level of criminal resistance to a police officer. McNeil was arrested and pled guilty to resisting a police officer without violence. Force absolutely looks ugly. And because all force is ugly, whether or not the officer involved acted within outside JSO policy, that's still what we're investigating. The State Attorney's Office, once again, has reviewed the case materials and determined that Officer Bauer's actions are not criminal. Now, JSO will conduct a thorough investigation to determine whether Officer Bowers acted appropriately with respect to JSO policy. When an officer does wrong, and I think every one of you know this and everyone that's listening, I will stand up here and tell you straight. And likewise, when officers justifiably use force, I'll stand up here also and I'll tell you straight. I ask the public for its patience as the administrative process is completely, competently completed. Once we've determined whether Officer Bowers acted within policy or not, I will immediately share that determination with the public. Out of an abundance of caution, pending the outcome of this administrative review, Officer Bowers has been stripped of his law enforcement authority. Effective immediately, all video footage presented in this briefing is available on all JSO social media platforms, YouTube, and JSO's transparency page. So I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have right now. Yeah, Eric? Yes, sir.
I know that he was charged with resisting arrest without violence.
Yep.
But there was, when I go back and look at the other video, from the cell phone video,
Yeah.
I can understand the officer punching the window out. But what I don't understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch. I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, again, I take it, it looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out and then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but he charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So I saw a lot of violence. I think the public saw a lot of violence against somebody that was not violent.
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just saw the same videos you saw. So what we're doing, what I'm saying is that it is what it is. This is the information that I want to share with the public in context without a short clip. It's very important to do that because it provides a lot of information to the public.
And you brought up the
It's important, let me finish. It's important for the people to know that you're not allowed to resist a police officer when he's doing his lawful duties. It's been dealt with in several different times. You don't resist when you're doing your lawful duties. You don't deserve to get violated, but you deserve to get what's necessary to get you under control and get you and take you into custody. So I'll leave there. Go ahead.
One of the
Jake.
discrepancies people are seeing between the police report and what we saw in the video, even what we saw in that video was the allegation that McNeil had reached down for the knife. That was in the police report.
Where'd you see? What police report did you see that in?
In the arrest report for McNeil, that was stated that the officer saw him, reach for the knife that was on the floorboard. The video that was posted to social media, and even in there, I couldn't see any clear indication. Do you see that when you're watching?
No, actually, I don't see where his hands are. I can't assume, Jake. No one can assume. We operate off facts and facts alone. I can't make assumption. All I can go by when I read those things is what's stated in the report. I'm not saying whether it's true or whether it's not. I'm saying no one sees his hands at that point. He says, put your hands up, then his hands come up. But it was after the strike to the face. Like I said, again, I'm not trying this case in front of the public. I'm trying to give the public the information in context of what happened. No one saw his hands at that point. Don't know what happened from there, but that's part of the investigative process. Yes, ma'am.
So did officers take custody of the cell phone that he was using to record the incident?
Yes, put it in the property room.
Okay, that also was not in the report.
But he got it back with all the information still on it.
So can I get back to the sucker punch?
The young lady back there had a question. We can get back to you in a second, Eric.
So did this incident rise to a level that a response to resistance report was generated?
Yes.
Has that been reviewed? And is it still under review? What was the outcome?
So here's the process. When force is used, a response to resistance report is written. It goes to the supervisors. The supervisors then, at that point, review body cam footage. So they would have reviewed this. But you can't see, admittedly, you can't see the strike at all. So it's very difficult. Had they seen that, it probably would have risen to another level to where somebody else would have gone further. Which is why we didn't really know at that time that all this had taken place. I'm a big believer in being honest and upfront. And if something like that happens, I'm going to tell you about it, like everything else that we've done. But it's very important to make sure we get this stuff out here in context so folks can see it. Yes, ma'am.
Sheriff, what are your thoughts on the video that was posted on social media? And here's one of the officers kind of turns off the video, turns off what's being recorded. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know that he turned it off. I know that at some point we stopped it, but we wanted to make sure you got a chance to see both views from the officers that were dealing with him publicly, talking to him face to face. At some point it does turn off, but usually when the interaction's over is when that happens. And that's why we're still looking. That's why we look at the entire process. That's why we check for JSO policy violations. I can't give you right now whether they turned it off at the right time or at the wrong time. This is my opportunity to share the information with the public, right? And so now we still continue to refer to the social media video when I just showed you body cam videos with much more information. Let's acknowledge that because that's important. The importance is I'm showing you the video, the body cam video from the entire incident from start until they had to turn it off or we stopped it for time, for time's sake.
Do you know if McNeil ever filed a formal complaint?
He did not. He did not.
Never came up.
He never filed a formal complaint, which we'd have been all over it, if had that been the case. But he did not. Go ahead, Eric.
So I just want to get back to the punch. This is just to be a yes or no question.
Wait, Eric, are you going to tell me how to answer a question?
I'm just keeping it simple.
All right, go ahead.
Was it appropriate for the officer to punch this guy in the jaw after he'd already broken the window? Was that yes or no? Was that appropriate?
It depends on the circumstances. But it's already determined it's not criminal. Now we're going to look for JSO policy violations. How about that? Is that good?
Well, if a civilian did that to another civilian, they would be in handcuffs.
No, not necessarily. It depends on the circumstances, the situation. I know that's how you want it to be. I know there's a tendency to want to be some massive cover-up. That is not. That's why I'm here. I stand up, we talk to you about what happened, we give you what we can give you, then it's up to you guys to report it. But
do you think the public is going to buy that?
I don't know. My point is,
Do you think the black community is going to buy
don't use the black thing. I'm a black man. Wait, hold on, Eric, hold on, stop for a second. Because you're trying to be incendiary, and this is not the time for it. This is me sharing information with our public, right? The whole statements about the black issue. I wouldn't work here if we're after black men or black people, period. I can tell you he wouldn't. I can tell you any other African American or black male or female that works here wouldn't work here if our black citizens are under siege. Not the case, not at all. I've been alive probably a little bit longer than you have. Haven't had any of these issues. You know why? Because if I was ever stopped by the police, which I was when I was a young man, and they asked me to do something, I did it. It's simple compliance. It doesn't rise. It doesn't get out of control. That stuff doesn't happen then. Do as we ask you to do. If you don't like the word compliance, just do as we ask you to do then, so that we can get finished. Then you tell us about it if you feel like your rights were violated, and we can deal with it. That's the way it should work, every single time. Yes, ma'am.
The officer that has been stricken with authority, does he have a disciplinary history at all?
Not that I know of. We'd have to look, but I don't think so. We'll get you that answer. Anyone else?
any idea how long this internal investigation may take?
It's hard to tell, but we're trying to get it done as quickly as possible. There are other cases working, but we're trying to get it done as quickly as possible because we want to, like I said, we want to share. We want to share as much as we can, as quickly as we can, because it's that important. Good? All right, thanks, y'all.
Well, there you have it. What do y'all think? Still, the punch through the window after they broke it out, uncalled for. Uncalled for. I think now the sheriff is saying there will be no criminal charges on the deputy that did the punching. Bauer, I think is his name, Deputy Bowers, Bauer, something. But they're still doing the investigation, so we'll see after they investigate themselves what happens. Don't know how long it's going to take, but we just had to see something crazy. So appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good day. KP Law News Florida out.